Hello YouTube. So I know it's been a while with Dinosaur, mainly because they abandoned it for Dragon Versus for a couple of weeks and stuff like that. But I'm so hyped for this update. Like as you can see here, right in front of us is the Pew, Pretrosaurus or whatever you say. It's a big thing in the Isle, so you could thank the Isle for its popularity. But anyways, so I know there has been a lot of updates with Dragon Versus that I haven't been covering because I saved up to 9,000 because Nebrion is going to be around like 8,000 or something like that. So I haven't bought in any of them, so I couldn't do any videos on them. I mean, yeah, I know there's like new UIs and stuff that I actually have recorded videos on. It was just that I was having trouble with thumbnails, so I kind of gave up on the video. But anyway, back to Dinosaur. So this is the Pew, or the Pretrosaurus, whatever you like to call it. Sauropod, whatever. Cool. So this is according to what the description says. Also, Brevi is a skin for this guy. So I was making sure I wasn't looking at Brevi, and I was specifically looking at on this guy, the Pew. And I even clicked on Brevi, and it had a whole different description and stuff, and a whole new model creator. So apparently, this model is made by Mr. Fantasia. So props to him because he looks like he's learned a lot from his past experience. I remember a really long time ago when like the Easter map just came out, he was creating a lot of creatures and they were, I'm sorry, but they were all absolute terrible. Models themselves look trash. And of course the animations had like no effort. They were just being rushed out. Like Shant looks trashed. No offense, but now, see, this is good. This is like server and supers type of modeling here. Which this is actually what I thought that who made this and stuff like that. But turns out it was according to this Mr. Fantasia. Correct me if I'm wrong, but pretty sure. So really nice. I mean, it's still blocky in the neck. He could like smooth out the corners, but I don't know if he knows how to do that yet. But rather than that, huge improvement. It looks amazing. I know how hard it is to model and stuff, but you know, my point was I wasn't saying he was a bad modeler. It's just not what this game was wanting or what the people were expecting. But yeah, so I've had adult, not elder, but at adult. It has the same stats as Brevi, so if you ever had an elder Brevi, you know. If you ever looked at the stats. So anyway, so as baby, it has a tail whip attack. Not for juvenile though or adult. So this is an attack. Yeah, right there. Yeah, so that's the attack right there. And of course the new mechanic has been added because sauropods are OP and their stats are going like Pew a long time ago was supposed to have 600 attack. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna change the stats because the main reason is this. You get completely stopped in your tracks. Completely, so hitting things is so difficult. Say you're chasing something down like a KOSer, go to attack it and it's easily gotten away. Now Pew on the other hand though, so here let's look at this. I don't know if this is for all sauropods, but the Pew also has sliding problems. Look at this. That hit from that far. Here, let's get this far. Maybe not. There you go. That hit from a good 3 feet far away. So, of course, if you're chasing something, right, and, you know, you stop, you still probably get the hit off of it. But even if you hit it then, you wouldn't be able to get another hit. It'd probably get away by then. But let's just go through all the roar animations. I mean, they kind of all look the same, but I'm not complaining, really. Let's roar, and this. Let's growl and call. So that is all the calls and all that fancy stuff. Moving on to the ferns, so you can see eating and drinking, I believe, are the exact same animation. Kind of cheap, but it kind of makes sense. You know, one thing I wish they... Oh, yeah, this is also the walking. Very slidey, and then the running. Not too bad. I like it. It's very sauropod-esque. Very, here. So, actually, yeah, let's go on top of this mountain so you can see its face when it eats and all that stuff. Please, can you, yeah. Now, one thing I noticed is a big problem right there. Now, I had some modeling experience, and I have seen what Luxurious does. I get it. Those are like circles, not blocks, but you can still add in, it doesn't matter, phasing and stuff, so you could put blocks inside of blocks. So, one thing I don't get is why he didn't just, like, here, I'll show you while it's in the animation. No. See, it eats, and then you could just put like a block right in there, phase it through there, and then not set it with the animation, so that block's just sticking out, but it'll be phased into this part of the neck, and it would cover that as well. So, I mean, I don't have any modeling experience, but I'm pretty sure you could do that. This also has the Dragon Versus thing now, with like the cubes that go up to the health bar, and not health bar, hunger and thirst. That's always fancy. I love how he spreads his legs out. I feel like it's a huge copy from the Isle. I mean, just those, that's like the same thing it does. But, I mean, hey, this is Roblox, different model, stuff like that. I mean, let's be real, that's probably how a sauropod ate anyways. Now, the whole, like, Saltosaurus plate thing that you got going on here, I don't really like that much. Then the model, I guess, kind of would look weird, like without any texture, but I don't think there really is any proof of Pew having these. Maybe there is. So, for those of you who aren't science and stuff, they just like the game. So, pretty much, why they replaced Brevi, or, well, they didn't replace, Brevi's still skin, so it's still playable, but why, Can you not game? Like, I'm just trying to drink. Why Brevi was, I guess, technically replaced from, or with Pew, is because Brevi wasn't actually a dinosaur. It was actually apparently just a footprint found. So, like, and then after a while, for some reason, they just gave it a name and thought what it looked like. Turns out, I believe after a while, it was actually a Brachiosaurus footprint, so, or at least that's what they think of right now. Meaning is there is no bones for Brevi, and they kind of compared to a Pew's footprint or feet bone structure area. So that's why it was replaced, but they still have Brevi as a skin just for the fun of it, and it makes sense too. It goes along with Pew. It's cool. So that's pretty much it for the Brevi and all that fancy stuff. I don't really know what else. Oh, right, yes, there is other cool things I have to show you guys. So all of the herbivores now, or no, all the sauropods have this debunk now with the whole slow thing, even ones with tail whips. So run completely stops you in your tracks. So it's like slide very slowly. So, you know, I kind of find that unfair for babies, maybe juveniles, for instance, like Bracky, maybe. I don't really know. Only some juvies I find it unfair for. But for babies, I think it's definitely unfair. Like, I feel like you should... What in the actual... What? I literally didn't even go for that. Like, I know some of you think, like, oh, that's rigged. You purposely, like, act like you didn't know. No, I actually had no clue. What the hell happened? Oh, that's kind of cool, though. It looks like a murderer, but I watched other YouTubers' videos and stuff on the update, and one of them even played as Diplo. It might only be Baby that has that problem. Now, of course, with Bracky, I also feel like this nerf isn't really necessary because Bracky's attack in general is just so freaking long. So, it honestly makes Bracky probably one of the worst starter sauropods. Like, right there. Like, do you see how long it takes? So, I do know that I believe that is going to be implemented as well to all the sauropods, with like the attack is going to be much slower, so like the animation is going to be much longer. This one I believe is also made by Mr. Fantasia. I think they updated the animations. That looked new. Give me a second. Yeah, see, Mr. Fantasia. Legs, trash, face, it's all bad. All bad. You could even tell. I can scope out all of these. Patasaurus, Mr. Fantasia. Yep, right there. The legs, all the back. Look at the back legs on that model, and then let's go to the berry, or the old berry. Literally, pretty much the exact same back leg besides the foot. So, that I mean, I always kind of showed hate towards Mr. Fantasia because, I mean, look at this. For straight on, Myosaur, complete trash. That's getting a remodel. Blade Master, Servitude build, that's good. Servitude build, that's good. Blar was also, I think it was made by, oh, that's pretty server, okay. And then Pew, of course, game stepped up, Mr. Fantasia. Now this guy, I don't know who this guy is, but he did a pretty good job. I like the Play-Doh look on, Brivy. That guy, and then, of course, here's, like, Mr. Fantasia, and, this, no, okay. Yeah, but a lot were Mr. Fantasia, like, Irritator, Mr. Fantasia, that Mr. Fantasia, Maya, Mr. Fantasia, and then I believe the Taro, Super Knob, and that, so that's not bad. Shant, Mr. Fantasia, which was one of the main complaints I had. Mr. Fantasia, again, he didn't do that bad with this guy. But as you can see, it's just a constant of bad models. See, okay, this ground long, like Super. I don't know what Super Knob was doing, but that is trash. I mean, maybe it was made by Pep for the majority of it, which I'm kind of hoping. Mr. Fantasia Tyrannously, I think, for the most part. Let me check Tyrannus. Yeah, this is when Mr. Fantasia started upping his game a bit. You know, it's a lot smoother at the edges. He started getting a lot better at modeling. But he still had quite a ways to go. I mean, animations are also really good if they're made by him. So this is where he stepped up his game. But no one played as this because, first of all, it's ridiculous how it's an adult. And, like, this is how big it is compared to a trike. It is fast, but it also has feet glitches where the feet go into the ground. And it also, it has same roars as the Carno from Era of Terror and, of course, this game. So, honestly, it's bad. Yes, that's why it was like, okay. And then she also, I believe, Mr. Fantasia? No, so this guy isn't that great either. He was also in the middle mix of that. And this is obviously Servitude build. So, as I admit, Servitude build is probably the better out of Super Knob from what I've seen here. No hate towards any of them. I think they're great. See, like, Super Knob and Servitude build, when they work together, it's really nice. You also got to remember that a lot of these are, like, older versions, like, almost a year old now, I think. So, you know, it's been a while. I mean, you're thinking, well, there's no more new dinosaurs by them. Yes, but there is a bunch of skins by them as well. So, for instance, like, since then, there's been this remodel, which is really nice. Since then, there has also been, okay. I feel like Mr. Fantasia, I'll be honest, this might be a later on one, but he was just pure lazy, like, just pouring it all out. Because seeing this and then comparing it to something like the Shant is honestly kind of pathetic. This one, alright, yeah. But anyways, you guys probably don't want to hear me rant on about more and more and more. But yeah, so I believe that's going to be the end of the video. So I think what I'm going to start doing now, guys, for new content and stuff like that, I think I'm going to, like, time-lapse the growth. I'm going to see if it's going to take a crap ton of editing and just long, very long. But, you know, I believe that, you know, I believe it's doable. I think it is doable. If it is, then I'm pretty sure all my dinosaur videos, if it has growth in it, will be like that, which 100% it probably will have growth because, you know, there's a lot of new skins that are coming out, for instance, like for Tyrannotitan, which I don't even think I have at adult, so, like, if that skin comes out, so, you know, it's still gonna be a while. Hold on. This. Yeah, he also has a nerf. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much gonna be it for the video. But yeah, for future content, I'll time lapse it and stuff like that. A lot of transferring clips, and then maybe editing the time lapse won't be hard, but just getting all the clips through and all that stuff like that would be definitely difficult. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like. Tell me your thoughts on the Pew. Do you think Mr. Fantasia has upped his game 100% if the model is by him, which I'm pretty sure it is? So tell me your thoughts on that. And anyways, guys, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.